So without further ado, we would like to present our VHSL one-act Antigone.
Survived the monstrous waves that have battered our city.
Loss, pain, suffering, ended.
The gods have steadied our waters. As your king, I'd like to declare my peace with our past.
We are united. No more perils. We have returned from the madness, united as one.
We return this city to its former glory!
Hail, Creon!
We will not forget those who have honored us.
Hail, Creon!
Brave Antigone, who fought and died for our great city, and shall be buried here tonight.
Brave Antigone! Hero!
While those like Polynices, determined to see the city burned and ruined, who fought against Thebes, betrayed us, they shall be left unburied for all to see. The penalty for those who defy me and you, glorious people of Thebes, is death.
Hail, Creon!
Sister, we aren't doing anything. You aren't doing anything.
He is our brother.
And you're my sister, Antigone.
Yes, Ismene, we are both his sisters.
And we have no one else. What's the matter with you? Are you mad?
It's not fair that he's gone off and left us, and
We are all that we have left.
it is not fair that we can't bury our own brother.
So you want them to bury us as well?
I can't stand looking out there and seeing him.
I know.
There are vultures already hovering over his body,
I know.
and he just lies there. Any second, they're gonna swoop down, and his body just lays there waiting to be eaten.
I know, but we can't. We really can't. You know this. You know this, right?
No one else will bury him.
Antigone,
Are we supposed to let our own brother be picked apart by birds, not by beasts?
home yourself.
We have nothing else. First, our parents, now our brothers. Is it too much to ask for Polynices to be buried?
Sister.
I loved him. I loved him, Ismene.
And I love you. I love you more than I love anything else in this world, and I know you love me too. What good would burying him do if it cost you your life? Without you, I'd have no family left.
We shouldn't have to choose.
I know. me of my last sibling. My sister, think of what others may say.
How dare you?
Betray Thebes.
Betray Creon?
The penalty is death! Think of what our family would say.
My son.
My brother.
He must be honored.
He must.
But not by us, Antigone. We are not at fault.
But it's our right.
And it is your right to be killed! Because that is what they'll do, sister. They'll kill you. I beg of you, think of me. Think of Haimon, your love. Think of the future children you will have and the future stories you and I will be able to tell them.
But why would I have children if they were to be born into a world like this? A week ago, Polonices wrote to me.
He wrote to me too.
I wrote back, and I told him it was foolish to conspire against Thebes, but he didn't listen.
No.
Perhaps if I'd been more convincing, then
No,
maybe.
Antigone, this isn't your fault. I wrote to him and I begged him not to do it too, but he made his choice. He did. Only he could make it.
And only we can honor him.
Antigone.
The dead cannot bury themselves.
And they cannot choose how long they will haunt us either. Only we can. It's you and I now, Antigone. I mourn for our brother and I shall continue mourning. Please do not abandon me.
Ismene, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I don't know what's come over me.
It's all right. You won't do it.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. We still have time to honor him in our own way.
Tonight, we bury our honorable dead. They have sacrificed for Thebes.
For Thebes!
We bury Eteocles and those who have died for our great city.
Hail Eteocles! Long live Thebes!
And let those bodies in the field remain there as a reminder that those who defy us, those who are against us, those who are not one of us, shall no longer tarnish our great city.
Hail Creon! Long live Thebes!
Antigone. My love, what's the matter?
Nothing.
You're crying.
I'm fine.
Is it Polonices again?
No,
You promise?
I do.
When we spoke about him before, I didn't see him as a traitor. I
We
saw.
see things very differently.
I don't mean to offend.
Hold
dis-
me.
You're not gonna tell me.
I told you I'm fine.
Is it about the wedding?
Haimon,
If it's about the wedding, don't
you
worry.
remember
Remember what?
the time we ran along the edges of the water?
Near Athens.
Yes.
Of course.
I remember feeling the grass graze my knees, the chilled water on my toes.
All those petals in the river?
You plucked them out and placed them in my hair.
You were so upset.
You got my hair all wet. Do you know how nervous I was? I spent the whole morning getting ready, and then you shoved those soggy flower
I
petals.
was nervous too. I didn't know how to touch you without it being strange. I wanted to come across natural and confident.
It was still strange.
I know. I should have thought of something more clever than putting those wet flowers in your hair. That was when I knew I loved you.
I had known since the moment I first saw you. I missed that.
What is there to miss? I'm right here. You know, you're going to be a mother to a prince one day.
Yes.
We'll take him to that same river where we both said I love you.
Yes.
Think of it. How are children in a world like this? Can you imagine? Do you want more flowers to the wedding?
No, why?
I asked if you're upset about the wedding, and then you brought up the flowers.
No, I wasn't thinking about the wedding.
All right.
Haimon,
Yes?
if we had children, do you think they'd like it?
What, us?
No. The world.
Of course. And we've always talked about having several children.
Right?
For our sake as well as theirs. One would be lonely. Wouldn't you rather a son and a daughter?
Brothers and sisters.
Exactly. Daughters and sons.
Little brothers and sisters.
Yes. You tell me if something was wrong.
I would.
I know you suffered great loss.
I told you I'm fine.
I know. But I want you to know that I'm here. That I love you. That I want to have children with you. To show them how beautiful the world is with you in it.
Haimon, I love you too. Forgive me.
Antigone! Can we talk again later?
Of course.
I love you, Antigone.
I love you too, Haimon.
I'm the happiest man in the world.
Easy blows the gentle wind, do not give me away. Help my endeavors, O noble earth, to bury my brother I go. To bury my brother I go. To bury my brother I go.
Careful, Antigone. Remember Creon's decree.
Would you risk all that is yours for a brother who is no longer with us?
Polonices must be honored.
Antigone was buried. Your family has been honored.
I must not listen to these doubts. My brothers were traitors, but heroes still, and both deserve respect.
The guards will see you, Antigone.
Let them see me. I will fight.
The steel of their swords will cast greater blows on the earth in your hands.
I will not be deterred.
This is all
I'm the happiest man in the world.
I cannot lose my sister.
He shall remain unburied.
The steel of their swords will cast greater blows on the earth in your hands.
There he is.
To bury my brother I go.
Mighty Hades, ruler of the underworld, I honor you. I lay my brother, Polonices, to rest for eternity in your dwelling. coin lies in his hand as a speed to travel your land. With his body at last anointed, I pray his soul passes safely to you. O mighty Hades, ruler of the underworld, I honor you. I lay my brother Polynices to rest for eternity in your dwelling. A coin lies in his hand as a speed to travel your land. With his body at last anointed, I pray his soul passes safely to you. O mighty Hades, ruler of the underworld, I honor you. I lay my brother Polynices to rest for eternity in your dwelling. A coin lies in his hand as a speed to travel your land. With his body at last anointed, I pray his soul.
Stop!
You!
Woman!
What are you doing?
Traitor to the thieves!
Traitor to the king! King Creon!
Antigone! You have been summoned.
I have been dragged.
You have been summoned before us!
The court will hear you.
Antigone! Is it true, Uncle, I've been summoned?
You conspired against thieves.
Against his people.
Against the gods!
Conspired, Uncle?
Antigone! You have committed a grave offense.
The gods have demanded.
Creon has demanded your brother.
Polynesius was to remain untouched.
He was to remain unburied.
This is your crime.
Antigone! How do you plead?
Do you admit to these offenses?
Or do you deny them?
What would you have me say, dear Uncle? What would please you?
She is denying the charges. She is an enemy of the state.
Kill me then. I know the law, but I have done what is right.
Antigone must be punished. The gods have demanded it.
Leave us. I held you when you were a child.
You held my brothers, too.
Your mother and I shared blood, Antigone. Do you understand?
I haven't done anything wrong.
She was my sister. You are her daughter. You are her child. Do you understand?
I haven't-
I will speak to my sister's daughter.
I-
I will speak to my niece.
You have no
I will
right-
not speak to this woman with fire stuck behind her eyes, but my niece. You are shameful. Do you understand what it is you've done?
Completely.
Do you understand that you've broken the law?
I did what was
Yes
right.
or no?
I did what
Yes or no?
Yes.
Can you picture her? Can you see what your mother would have done with you here, having committed such a
She would
horrid,
have done the same.
shameful, you wicked and spiteful child? She would have thrown herself at my feet, begged and sobbed for me to spare you.
How odd. I am shamed, yet I feel no shame. I feel no guilt or regret or sorrow for anything I have done. What I feel is justice.
Justice? You disobeyed the gods!
Gods gave no order.
I gave an order!
I've only disobeyed you.
The people of Thebes will not stand with you, Antigone.
You don't know your own people.
Members of the court!
Counsel, I am a woman. I was born with all the friends I would ever have at birth. The gods blessed me with 2 brothers and a sister.
Antigone,
I have no regrets regarding the love I feel towards them. I would bury 1,000 brothers, give up my eyes, my tongue, my freedom before I would wrong them in life or death.
Then it is settled. It is treason. What says Creon?
guilty.
Guilty! 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 Guilty!
Guilty! Coward!
What?
Coward!
How shall she be punished?
She was warned.
The gods gave no order.
She was given an explanation.
God stuff.
Nevertheless, you persisted.
How shall she be punished?
Death.
Antigone!
How easily were you able to sway the court? You should be ashamed.
Take her to her tomb. No food, no water.
Antigone! What have you done?
It's over.
What's over? What is she talking about?
She has confessed to burying the traitor.
She would never. You would never, right?
I'm sorry, Haimon.
This was your bride to be. Did you not know her?
Antigone?
Haimon, I'm so sorry.
Did you not know what was in her heart?
Haimon.
How could you do this to me? To our future.
She has not just betrayed thieves.
I love you.
She has betrayed you.
Haimon, please don't listen to him. I love you. Please, you can't do this to me.
You left me first.
Take her.
King Creon, Tiresias has come to speak with you.
Tiresias! Old friend. What brings you?
Recent times have been quite eventful in Thebes.
Quite. My niece Antigone has...
Troublesome, is she?
To put it lightly.
The youth, aren't they all
Not
just
like this.
defiance, disobedience, disregard to your word?
Treason.
Treason. I have foreseen this and many things alike.
Tiresias, what have you seen? What do you know?
My friend, bad omens have manifested.
How so?
Birds, blood, talons, thrashing, screaming, cries. My heart pounded, my ears throbbed, I could barely escape them to light the sacrificial fire. The gods failed to keep the flames alive. From the charred thigh bones came a rancid slime, smoking and sputtering, draining into the ashes.
What does this mean?
I've never experienced a prophecy like this before. Creon, Thebes is infected because of your actions. The gods will no longer accept our prayers or the offers that come from our hands. No birds now sing.
This is my fault?
Please, Creon, respect the dead. Do not provoke the gods any further.
There. You have what you're after. You're free to go.
Do you not realize this?
Realize what? What are you after? It's there on the floor. You have your money, old man. Go.
I came here as a friend.
I didn't ask that of you.
Well, then I leave you with this. You have thrown children from the sunlight down to the shades and shadows of Hades. It won't be long before you lose one of your own.
Do not threaten me, prophet!
You house a living girl in a sunless tomb. Do you understand what it is you have done wrong? I will tell you. Trust me, it won't be long before a fallen heir of Thebes, or the weeping and wailing of the men and women of your own home. Mark my words. Hatred will manifest in Thebes.
Your prophecies are the delusions of an expired mind. You know nothing.
Nothing!
right. I have to be. He's just an old fool. He's been wrong before. Hasn't he? I gave an order. She defied me, defied the gods. There have to be consequences. I am right. I must be.
I did the right thing.
I understand that in your eyes you see this as right, but if you would just...
The noble thing, the godly thing. I am making my mark in the short time we are given.
It is only short, because you make it so. You had years ahead of you only yesterday, and in one swoop, you have buried those years away with our brother.
You didn't want our brother to be buried?
Had I wanted our brother to be buried, I would have betrayed the law. Had I wanted him to stay above the ground, I would have betrayed you. I cannot support either side.
But if you had to choose, Ismene...
Enough, Antigone, I already told you.
But sister, if you had to...
I would choose nothing. I would choose for all of this to be over. I'm tired, Antigone. I'm tired of this.
Oh, you're tired. Then by all means, go rest. I'll just stay here awake. It's not as if I'll have any choice but to sleep soon.
We've lost both of our brothers. Both of them. Say what you might about where they may be now, but they are no longer here with us. I would rather live with the guilt of his tarnished reputation and you by my side than the knowledge of his proper burial and the absence of your hand in mine. I know you see me as weak. Maybe I am.
You could have joined me. But you didn't. Please, just go.
Do you remember that story Mother used to tell us when we were girls? The one about the two sisters, born with one another's hearts? You used to make her tell it again and again, sometimes even twice a night. We never got to hear another story. I was so mad at you. Even then, you were so stubborn. I could tell it to you, if you'd like. Once, there were two sisters, born with one another's hearts, and please say something. Anything? Antigone, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so ashamed.
No, sister, I am sorry.
I couldn't stop you.
I wouldn't let you.
Please. There must be some way. Are you sick? Do you hurt?
I'm only cold.
I wish I had something for you. Sister, I'm so sorry. The guards will be here soon and I'll have to go.
You're all right. How did it end? The story of the two sisters?
Don't be silly, you know.
Tell me anyway.
They took the sisters to the doctor. But there was nothing they could do. Their hearts were in the wrong bodies, and they couldn't take them out from the sisters. Not even for a moment. Because it would kill them. So they had to live for each other.
Live for me, Ismene.
What?
Time!
Antigone.
Ismene, it's time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Antigone, sorry.
Antigone, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Is this where my path finally leads? My life cut short by my own hand. Will I be honored? Or will I decay here in this wretched tomb? My flesh picked away by time. Where are the gods I have fought for? Where are you now that I am here? All I have been, all I have dreamed of being will die in this tomb. But I will exist eternally in a hellfire of forgotten souls. But I will be reborn among my brothers.
Would you risk all that is yours for your brother, who is no longer among us?
The guard will see you, Antigone.
I didn't see him as a traitor.
I did not lose my sister.
He shall remain unburied.
The people of Thebes will stand with you, Antigone. The city of Thebes sings for you.
Outside the people are wailing.
We forgive you, Antigone!
I have to see her.
Haimon,
I have to make amends.
she betrayed us.
Father, please.
Make it quick.
No! Antigone. Antigone. Forgive me.
My son.
Do not touch me.
Haimon,
I was to have a life with her. You knew that. You destroyed it.
Haimon, please.
What? What could you possibly have to say to me?
I didn't mean for this to happen either. But she knew the consequences.
Which you set! I am no longer your son. And you're no longer my father. You never were.
Haimon, please. I'm sorry.
You coward! Haimon! No!
once. There were two sisters, born with one another's hearts. They took the sisters to the doctor, but there was nothing they could do. Their hearts were in the wrong bodies. And they couldn't take them out from the sisters, not even for a moment.